Tell us of an experience where your vehicle was involved in an accident and then exonerated because you had the Janus camera in your vehicle.
There, I could actually spend a lot of time going over multiples. To give you the most recent, this was as recent as Friday. A driver was approaching an intersection. A car ran the red light in front of him. He broadsided that car. The car actually flipped over. Fortunately, nobody was hurt. The people were from out of the country in a rental car, and the communication wasn't very good, so they were certainly thinking that it must have been our fault. They weren't aware that they ran a red light. Fortunately, there was a witness, but the camera also showed the green light that the driver was approaching. It showed the other car running the red light. It showed the whole thing. There ended up being no questions as far as liability was concerned, and I could probably give another 20 examples just in the last few months of how the Janus has helped us to avoid being considered responsible for something that we weren't responsible for.
One that comes to mind right away is we had a cab that was, he had a fare. He was coming down a one-way road and crossing the intersection with another one-way street that came from his right, and he had a green light, and as he went through the green light, somebody ran the red light and T-boned him pretty hard. It was a pretty bad accident. Destroyed the cab, and the passenger was injured and the people in the other car were injured. And there were 6 witnesses on the scene that said our cab ran the red light, even though the other vehicle, when we reviewed the Janus video, you could see that intersection had a red light camera, and you could see the red light camera react to that other car running the red light. But 6 witnesses and the police report said our driver ran the red light. Upon review of the video, our driver had a green light well before he entered the intersection.
Well, there you have it.
We had an incident a while back when a little child ran from between the parked vehicles right in front of the moving cab. As a result, the child was hit by a cab, and the eyewitnesses were trying to say that the taxi cab was speeding, in which instance the Janus camera completely exonerated the cab driver and the company by proving from the GPS reading that the cab driver wasn't only within the speed limit for this particular instance, but even below that. That's the potential saving from this undeveloped or could be developed claim, impossible to predict or calculate.
Well, we're a small fleet, and in the months that we've had the camera, we've had 7 or 8 accidents, and every one of them was proven to be the other party's fault except one. And so not only my insurance company saved probably $200,000 or $300,000 on injuries, we of course were made whole by the other party's insurance company. And the nice sidelight to that is that the insurance company says it costs $10,000 to fix the cab, but we sometimes fix them for $6,000. So we put that towards the cameras. And I would say that this camera is probably the best thing that's happened in 34 years of my experience in the cab business. It eliminates doubt as to whose fault the accidents are, and that's a huge factor in increasing profits.